Hi everybody, this is Yogangel7 Rachel, and I'm gonna try to do an intro video. I'm watching my little guy over here. If you hear TV on in the background, it's the time that I turn it on for him so that I can try to get a video done. So I'm sorry if the sound bothers you, but I'm just trying to get the video out. Okay, so let's see, to start with basic intro. My name is Rachel. I've been married to my husband Gary since 91, 93, depending upon which wedding you want to consider. We got married 3 times. No divorces in between. He's in the Air Force. We've gone around the world with him, our 3 sons. Let's see. I'm a massage therapist, a yoga instructor. I'm studying to be a doula. I have been a psych tech as well, so that's the counseling background that Minister had referred to before. I use a lot of nutrition and herbs as well as flower essences, aromatherapy, lots of different kinds of things like that. What's the other thing? Oh, this year I plan to be running in a half marathon in Phoenix to help raise money for Leukemia and Lymphedema Society. So we were supposed to talk about, the topic is, I think, footprints on our heart or something like that, as far as like when we were growing up. And when I was thinking about that, there are so many that I wanted to include. I thought I might try to do it in 3 different sections: family members, friends or teachers, and then a third one that I'm going to save to last. So to list, and I'm just going to try to do 5 because if I say all of the people, it would just take too long. I'd say it would be my birth mother, my stepmother, and my father, and then I'd say my grandmother and my grandfather, and this is my mother's side. So both of my parents are musicians. My mother is still with us. She's a musician, she's a pianist, she's a composer, she writes music. And my father was a musician as well. He did pass away when I was about 10, but he played any instrument he could pick up, and he was definitely a guitar virtuoso as well as he played banjo, and he was an amazing musician. My stepmother, too, she is also a musician, and she happens to be a psychiatric social worker. So she's very creative as well as very scientific and just a whole bunch of love. And my grandparents, my grandfather in particular, he was a twin. And so he's very interesting just as a human being. And he was brilliant as far as human history. He could talk about any subject matter, and he was so interesting. And so was my grandmother, too. She was a beautiful person inside and out, and just I have great memories of her, and she's definitely made an impression on my heart that will always stay with me. And in fact, a lot of times when I sit down just to eat dinner with the kids or whatever, I'll tell them stories about those family members because I grew up listening to them tell those stories. So that's a little bit about family, I guess, just quickly. The other 2 I'd say would be probably my Aunt Jane and my Uncle Charles. He's an actor. He lives in New York. He still does that. And Jane, she taught me astrology as a kid and just all different kinds of philosophies and different ways of being. And she used to bake her own bread and stuff. So lots of things like that. I got to put my glasses on because I can't see. Okay, what else was I going to say? Oh, teachers. There are certain teachers I remember, or counselors even, and I remember their names. And even if I think of them to this day, certain things that they said just always resonate with me. One of them's name was Ralph. One of them's name was Audrey. And one of them was Gary. And another friend of the family, there was my Auntie Renee, and then there was Gwendolyn. And my Auntie Renee was just a friend of my mom's, and so was another lady named Jam, and she passed away. And Gwendolyn, she was kind of like my Glenda the Good Witch. And her name kind of sounds like that, Gwendolyn, Glenda. And Jam, like I said, she passed away. I think I mentioned everybody else. Okay, so those are my teachers, those are friends of the family, those are family members. And the other ones I wanted to say I've never met, but here's how they made an impression on me. When I was living in New Mexico, I felt a stirring in my heart that we wanted to adopt. And we went through all different kinds of situations, and I thought that I had found these sisters who we might adopt. So we were going through all kinds of red tape, and for a very long time, obviously these things take a long time legally. Well, I found myself on a regular basis praying for these two girls and really thinking they were going to become part of our household. And it didn't happen that way legally. It just didn't work out. And they went to the home they were supposed to go to. But I really feel like God put that on my heart because He wanted someone to be praying for them on a regular basis. And I was glad to usher that, for them, to be that support for them, even if it wasn't to give them their home. So you never know. People you've never met can make an impression on your life. And yeah, because all those people together have changed the way that I am, definitely as an adult. And all the gifts that they've given me, they show through in so many things and ways that I do on a daily basis. So yeah, I hope that's enough of an intro about me. And I look forward to being your Monday. And I'm wishing everyone bright blessings. Take care. Bye.